Hello, my name is Mataya, McPherson. I'll be talking about prescription drug abuse. Have you ever experienced prescription drug abuse yourself or know somebody who has? You will be surprised by the statistics I have found over the course of my research. First, I'll start with the meaning of prescription drug abuse, which is taking a legal prescription for a purpose other than the reason it was prescribed. And that definition came from combating misuse and abuse of prescription drugs. An estimated amount of 6.5 million Americans abuse prescription drugs, according to Nationwide Trends Drug Facts. And of those, 1 in 4 college students aged 18 to 20 have reported using prescription drugs at least once in their life. And that came from Get the Facts, prescription drug abuse on college campuses. I will begin with the opioid category, as it is the most commonly abused. Here's some general information about opioids. Opioids are synthesized in labs to mimic the opium poppy plant. They are prescribed to treat pain, commonly before and after surgery, and they do so by affecting the brain receptors to tolerate the pain and control emotions. Opioids get into the body by swallowing, snorting, smoking, and injecting, and long-term use can result in increasing higher doses, which can be up to 10 times the amount of the initial dose. And that came from a journal article by Longo, Volkow, and McPherson. There's legal and illegal forms of opioids. The legal forms include codeine, OxyContin, fentanyl, Percocet, Vicodin, and morphine. And heroin is an illegal form, but is not prescribed by the doctor. And those came from the source, What Are Opioids? Now I'll begin discussing central nervous system depressants. They are divided into 2 categories, barbiturates and benzodiazepines. Barbiturates are used to treat seizure disorders and help cope with pain and depression after surgical procedures. When these are abused, there's an altered level of consciousness, difficulty thinking, drowsiness, and slowness of speech. Major complications when using barbiturates are coma, memory loss, or even death. And these came from Barbiturate, Intoxication and Overdose, Medline Plus Medical Encyclopedia. Benzodiazepines treat smaller issues such as small stress, panic attacks, convulsions, and sleep disorders. The long-term effect can include learning disabilities such as visual, verbal, and processing information. And it is said that in some cases, the learning abilities may never be restored. Next, I'll move on to my final category of stimulants. Stimulants speed up the activity in the body and are used to treat 2 main conditions of narcolepsy and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD. This medication generally keeps individuals more focused if used as prescribed. Stimulants may have bad effect on individuals that abuse them. This could be increased blood pressure, heart rate, blood glucose, rate of breathing, and constrict blood vessels. And some major complications include a extremely high body temperature, irregular heartbeat, heart attack, and lethal seizures. Some examples that are most commonly heard of are Ritalin, Concerta, and Adderall. And these sources of information came from Lockhan and Kirch-Gessner. Today I have discussed the 3 categories of commonly abused prescription drugs. These include opioids, CNS depressants, and stimulants. This is valuable information and important because there's an increasing and alarming rate of prescription drug abuse, and a change needs to occur to ensure a brighter and safer future for Americans. and to do so, the amount of drug abuse needs to be decreased, and those with an addiction already need to get help. Thank you, and my list of sources are listed below.